Hi everyone, it's Shani from You First Functional Wellness. So you most probably have heard of cortisol. Cortisol is usually thought of as a stress hormone. It so often gets a bad reputation. But today I'd like to go over a few basics about cortisol to give you a better understanding of it and how it really impacts your body. So cortisol is a glucocorticosteroid hormone that is released by the adrenal glands under the direction of the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, the HPA axis. It has many functions in the body, including blood sugar regulation, immune function and stress response. It's also important in keeping inflammation down, regulating your blood pressure and your salt water balance, as well as assisting with your sleep-wake cycle and helping to regulate your metabolism. So cortisol takes about 10 minutes to be released. So when your body's experienced a stressful event, say such as a car accident, epinephrine and norepinephrine will be released first, and then cortisol will be released about 10 minutes later. It also has a longer half-life than them, and so will hang around the body longer until it's cleared by the liver. Something that's important to note really, that there are disease states of the adrenals with high cortisol, Cushing's syndrome and Cushing disease, as well as Addison's disease when there is low cortisol. These extreme disease states are really needing to be identified properly and appropriately addressed. But more often though, there is a generalized dysfunction of the adrenals which can have a huge impact on the quality of life. Clients often mention they don't feel good, they have difficulty with sleep, feel tired, and that their resiliency is down. Cortisol levels should follow an expected pattern during the day, with a quick rise on waking and a gradual decrease during the day. This cortisol awakening response is very important, and in fact it's needed for various reasons, including to allow you to be alert in the morning, release blood glucose in the morning, help to decrease inflammation, and to help reduce autoimmunity by killing off the T cells that are made against the body. So as you can probably tell then, if you don't have a good cortisol awakening response, you will have difficulties in these areas. You won't feel so alert in the morning, your blood sugar will be all over the place, you'll have inflammation as well as having an increased risk of autoimmunity, or you'll be more symptomatic with your autoimmune issues. If your cortisol awakening response is too high, you may feel hypervigilant and have a racing heart, have the sweat, symptoms that are often mistaken for perimenopause. So as you can tell, it's really important to have an appropriate cortisol awakening response to make sure you feel as well as possible. The in-home hormone kit that I use with clients can give you lots of information on your cortisol pattern during the day, as well as a metabolized total cortisol level and other hormone levels. So clients may have chronic high or chronic low cortisol levels. Just like all hormones, cortisol really has an inactive form of the hormone, and it's important to get a complete picture with the total metabolized cortisol as well as the free cortisol. Someone may have high total cortisol, but their free cortisol level may be low, and that would be what's actually available to really work despite the high total cortisol. And there are various reasons for high total cortisol levels, including long-term stress, inflammation, infection, pain, obesity, insulin resistance or dysregulation, and hyperthyroidism. And with low cortisol, there can be various reasons, including hyperthyroidism, poor liver function, and opioid and corticosteroid use. So as you may be able to tell, addressing the root cause of the altered cortisol level or the cortisol pattern is really important and vital for achieving long-term resolution of symptoms and to avoid the long-term negative impact of the hormone dysregulation. So if you feel that you may have cortisol issues, please feel free to get in touch with me. You can use a link below. Thank you and talk to you soon.